Have you ever wondered what it really takes to build a brand completely from scratch? In this video, I'm going to show you step by step how to go from zero to a fully launched business. We'll cover everything from product research, branding, website setup, all the way to creating ads and content. I'll even show you how to use Google VO3 to generate some UGC-style ads in minutes, so you can start testing and scaling straight away. By the end, you'll see the exact process I used to take an idea and to turn it into a brand that's ready to make sales. This isn't theory, I'm going to build it right in front of you, so let's get started. Okay guys, real quick, I just want to show you my dashboard for my personal businesses. Since implementing these strategies it's given me, it's made my ROAS go higher, it's made my revenue go higher, and people are getting left behind because they don't know how to use it properly. They may be aware of it. So for example, you guys may be aware of AI, but they're not harnessing it properly. So this whole video is going to show you how to do that. This is just my dashboard at the minute. So if we just change the dates here, we've actually accumulated over just under £3.5 million revenue with just over £500,000 ad spend. And since doing this, it's gone crazy. So I will show you guys exactly how to do this, and stay tuned. There's my school link below if you guys want to sign up. I'm creating a massive community there. I'm going to be uploading lots of videos there too. Also, there's a Discord and you can join the community. We can all help each other. Let's get into this video and let's make some money. Okay guys, so I'm just going to outline what we're going to be doing for this video. I've added it all up and it's probably going to be around 2-hour videos. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to put this video into 2 parts. So the first part is going to be probably the first hour, and what I can get done in the first hour is going to be in here, and the rest will be in the following hour. So look forward to part 2. And I assume that's probably going to be when we're going to start running ads, start running traffic onto the site, and then we're going to get some sales. So for the first hour, I'm just going to outline what we're going to be doing. So phase 1, we're going to be doing the research and strategy. So all this is looking at our competitors, looking at their products, what's working, what's selling, and what their strategies are that they use. Okay, next part, we're going to look at the visuals. So we're going to look at some tools I've used quite recently. So for example, Adspo. We're going to look at all the creatives they're running. We're going to dial that in by how long they've been running. So the most successful ads have been running the longest, and I'll show you guys some nice tips in here that we can do. We're going to have a breakdown on their top performing ads and kind of take inspiration from that. We're going to look at some more niches. So maybe we can dial in different niches within this, and we're going to kind of weigh out where we should be creating our creatives from. After that, our goal is to identify our unique strategy. So what angle are we going to take on the ads? Because we're going to have different types of ads. What's our brand USP, and what is our video content for that? So we need a good outline of how this brand should look, and the creative should follow that. So let's move on to phase 2. Okay, so phase 2 is the execution and launch, so the build and scale phase. So this is the part where we're going to make our product. We've identified our product. We're going to make a mock-up of it, and then we're going to create some high-quality visuals from that. So the sellable assets, the ad creative copy, the actual ad itself. So we're going to be doing all that in this video. And let's scroll down here. So we're going to do 3 to 5 potential styles of our portrait. We're going to do some product renderings, and we're also going to do a simple unboxing / UGC video demonstrating the product experience itself. So I've always found these sort of videos / review videos to do really well. So we're going to get that done. We might actually use a bit of VO3 in here as well to help us out. So this is definitely going to be in this video. I've just had a little look after this. Probably going to have to split this into 2 parts like I said, unless I can squeeze this in the first part. So the next bit, we're going to be finalizing the e-commerce store. So we're going to essentially need a lot of apps integrating in here because we have a lot of product variants. So product variants, gateways, fulfilling. So for example, Printful, there's Printify, there's many out there. We need to weigh up our costs of goods. So we need to get all that integrated. Of course, Klaviyo and many other things, upsell. We need a live chat. We need upsell. We need bundles. So I will demonstrate how we do this too. Ad creation. So what we're going to do for ad creation, we're going to use VO3 for this. So we're going to create some hyper realistic, because obviously we haven't got the product in hand yet. We're going to do our best to be as cost effective as possible without kind of ordering the product in. So I believe this is really effective, as instead of buying your product in and then sending it out to a UGC person and get some creatives, we can actually do this with Google VO3. So obviously, thinking long term, that's exactly what I'm going to do if this takes off, or I see the signs of success. I will order the product, I will send it to UGC influencers, but for now we're going to use VO3, get some hyper-realistic ads on the go, and I'll show you guys exactly how to do that. Let's move on to the next part. So I assume one of these last two ones are probably going to be in the next video. But yeah, we're going to also build out our ads, Google Ads campaign, launch the ads, activate the sales engine, get it in learning phase, start learning what works and what doesn't. We're going to set up our merchant center. So we're going to get all our products on there too. I'm going to show you how to structure this as well in terms of keywords on your titles, performance max structure. So this is really essential. We need our Google Performance Max set up. We also need our Google Shopping ads. So these are going to work hand in hand with each other. And then also we're going to set these live and also start monitoring them. So stay tuned, guys. This video is going to be really helpful. I'd love to hear what you guys think, if you had some value from it. And be sure, like I said, to tune in for the second part. So let's get into it. Okay, guys, so let's get into the first part of this video. So all this is a competitor research. As you can see, I've essentially just typed in Google, our product, what we want, pet portraits, something along the lines of that. We're going to go into the first ad I saw. So this is Western Willow. So as you can see here, I'm just doing a bit of research into what is going on, what they've got on their website, what works for them. Obviously, everything is on here for a purpose. So I'm scrolling down, I'm seeing a lot of reviews. So to begin with, this is fine. We can get reviews on there. There's no issue. So they also look like they're running a plugin on here because it's a highly customizable product. So you do need to get your variants plugin done, and we shall look at doing that. So all I've gone on here is the Google Ads Transparency Center. This is amazing. You can see all the ads they're running on Google. So let's just have a look in here. So it looks like they're running some sort of UGC ad, and this has been running for a fair amount of time. So we're just going to click in here, and this is what they've got. So they've got a lot of product demonstration. They've got a lot of their product. They've got the branding to end with. And all I'm doing here essentially is just looking at what they're doing, what's been running the longest, and it will kind of give us a good idea as to what they are doing for success. So as you see here, they had a shopping ad as well with their product. So that seems to be working. So all I'm going to do now, go over to Adspo. Adspo is an amazing platform. You can narrow down what works and what doesn't. So to begin with, all I'm going to do here, I'm going to look at some, not necessarily products in our niche. I'm actually going to look at some other creatives and how we could take those creatives into our niche. So I'm just looking here. So this is obviously some sort of health product. I'm just scrolling. I'm just trying to find some nice creatives. So as you see here, 25% off. It's kind of nice. I think there's probably some more better examples. So this one, coffee, that's changed 86,000 lives. I like this. They've got their product here. It's a very nice static ad. So this is definitely something we're going to be doing. We're going to be running static ads for our video. As you can see here, there's another UGC. This one's quite good, 20% off site-wide. So I'm just scrolling here. I'm just looking for things I like. So the best thing about Adspo, you can actually create a board as I'm doing now. So if you guys have ever used Pinterest, similar to that, you can add essentially, it's like Facebook ad library and Pinterest had a baby. So it's kind of your inspiration board, and I really do recommend signing up to it. I'll put a link below, guys, if you want to sign up. I believe it's only like $8-9 a week, and you can have a free trial if you want to try. But I've had a lot of value from this. So all we're going to do, put our brand name in of the people we're looking for here. So Western Willow, we're going to click on this and look at this. Perfect. We've seen this is a great UGC ad. So we can create something like this on Creatify. It's basically just a woman talking with an overlay on the product. And then, as you see here, they mix a bit of the unboxing on as well. And they've even added their website in here too. They've got the product coming in. They've got the product being unboxed. So this is something we need to get going for ourselves. So I'll make this on our board and we will take that as inspiration. So as you can see, it must be working for these guys. This ad has been running a long time for them. So as you can see, they actually run a fair few of these. Here's another one. They run a static ad. So modern pet portraits with the product there and the dog in front. So this is good because you can see the dog and the pet portrait. So this is what your product could look like with your dog. So here we go, we've got another UGC ad. Again, they've got the product coming out like that. That's something we can easily do. So essentially, we're sort of seeing a theme here. We see that unboxing videos, we see sort of people talking about the product with the product in hand seems to be working well. So I think it is a very visual item. So I think just not showing your website or one thing works. I think showing it in person and kind of demonstrating what your product could look like, how the customer wants to feel when they receive it, could work for them. So if we're taking anything from this research, I think that is one thing. You know, I'd say almost 80-90% of these product ads are unboxing or review videos. As you see here, there's a couple of statics mixed in, but essentially I'd say what works best for them is the UGC kind of format. So that's exactly what we're going to go ahead and do. So one static ad here, this is good. I'd love to know how good this performs compared to the UGC, but as you see, over 1 million customers. This pet portrait trend is taking over Instagram. Something to take inspiration from. We'll add this to our board so we can look for this when we need some inspiration. So just keep having a look here. So here we've got another unboxing. So this must be working obviously for them. So keeping all this in mind is something going forward. So my kind of strategy here probably would be to, without breaking the bank, I think, is to do this with VO3. So as you can see here, best looking portrait. So this is quite a good looking ad. So they've got kind of a rotation of their products going on. It just demonstrates what sort of styles they can do. Turn your fur baby into the best looking portrait. They've got the sales on there, over 1 million pet portraits sold. So that's kind of good, some social proof. They've got their branding at the bottom and it's all very nicely displayed. So we could definitely do something like that. Obviously we can't, but we've got 1 million customers just yet. But the fact that they do have 1 million customers shows, you know, this is kind of working for them because they're doing the right ad strategy. So, okay guys, so what we're going to do, we're going to go into Facebook ad library. We're going to have a look at our competitors. So this isn't the best way of doing it. Like I say, Adspo is probably a little bit better at kind of finding out your best kind of ads. But I do think you shouldn't negate Facebook ad library. It's still good to look at, as well as Google's transparency center. So let's just have a look at some of their creatives they've been running. And as you can see here, here's just one of their products. So what we find here is there's sort of a mix of UGC of unboxing. They've got, you know, it's a gift, give it to someone special. And then we also see them on the website customizing it too. So whether that be on their phone or, as this video was, it was on their computer. So this is something to bear in mind when we're making our ads. As you see here, static ads too. They're running statics, but a majority are the UGC ads. So they've got a carousel going on here with their product. Their product is always with the dog. So I don't think I've seen the product without the dog unless they're literally unboxing it. So something else to bear in mind. Look, here's the people on their phone here. So something along the lines of, you know, a customer customizing it, and then they get a knock on the door, they've got their product, and then perhaps they see it with their dog loves it. I think that'll be a great way of kind of structuring one of our UGC videos. You can't go wrong with testimonials too. So as you saw there was a static ad of someone reviewing the product. So this is perfect. Okay guys, so I think I've seen enough of the ads now. So we're actually going to go ahead and we're going to get our product done. So what I'm going to go onto Gemini. I'm going to ask Google to render my image in the same style as this. So all I've done here, I've taken a picture of a dog, it can be any dog, and I've taken a picture of a portrait. So a portrait is the one that's been painted. So I've put them both in here and I've said to Gemini, we need this in the same style as this. So instead of getting someone to paint it as you probably would back in the day, what you can do now, you can go on AI and you can actually get AI to do all the work for you. So this is going to be another cost saving for us when we get the business up and rolling. So instead of getting someone to paint it, we can actually get AI to do it. So as you can see here, this is amazing. We've got literally a painted picture of the dog. So this was in the same style as what I uploaded. If you guys want a certain style, whether that's, you know, a line drawing or the kind of royal portrait kind of thing. If you want to, your dog with a crown on, you can do that too. If you want Renaissance, you want anything like that, tell AI to do it and you can literally get it to do that properly. So I'm not fully happy with the result of this. I think we need some more defined brush strokes. So all I'm going to do, I'm going to go ahead and ask Gemini to give us some more redefined brush strokes, and hopefully this brings out a better image. So you see here, the brush strokes are a little bit more defined. So we're going to go ahead and take that for our product. Okay guys, so we're in Photoshop now. All we're going to do, I've just got an old picture of a frame. You guys can use any frame you want. I'm just going to put the text here in the kind of typeface we want. And this is how it's going to look when the customer orders it. So we need this to look really good on our website, because this is also going to be going on our merchant center too. So when people click an ad, this is what they're going to be seeing. So I'm just going to get this dialed in and you guys can watch how I do it. Okay guys, so we're back in Gemini now. We've got our product done. I'm literally just going to put the product in here and we're going to say render my product with a woman holding this. So hopefully this comes out quite nice. So we need this for our kind of UGC static. We need this on our website product page. So as you can see here, it's made a brilliant picture. So this isn't even with defining how we want the room to look or how we want this certain product to be held, and it's just come up with this. So this is a great start. So all we're going to do now, I'm just going to ask it to do, I've done 2 variations, 2 typefaces. I'm just going to see what looks better. So as you can see, I think the first one, the typeface looks a bit better. So we're going to go ahead with this one and we're going to try and make some more creatives out of this. Okay guys, so what we're going to do now, essentially, we're just going to ask it to make some nice headlines for our ads. So I'm actually making the static ad side of things now. We will get onto the VO3 side of things very shortly. But for now, I've just asked Gemini, make a headline for our static ad. So as you see there in Adspo, we kind of had some ideas on how to structure it and where to put it. So all I'm going to do here, we're going to take our text from Gemini, and then we're just going to put it in and I'm going to edit this so it looks really nice, and we can have at least 1 or 2 static ads running side by side with the UGC. So I'm just going to go ahead and edit this now. You guys can watch how I do it, and then I'll show you the next part. Okay, so we're in the VO3 side of things now. All I've asked Gemini, make a prompt for our image for our product review. I've uploaded our photo so it has an idea of what we're working with. And as you can see, it's come up with some prompts for our video. So we're going to find the best prompt. So this is kind of a bit long. We need a shorter prompt for VO3. So this is for an 8-second video render. So all I'm going to do, if it does come up with a long list like this, just go ahead and say you need it for an 8-second UGC video, and it should prepare you a prompt that will be suited for that. So we're just going to wait for this to render now, and then we can use this in our VO3. Okay, this is perfect. So we've got our prompt now. We're going to go over to kai.ai. So I'll link this in the description if you guys haven't heard of it. I've also got another video I'll put in the description if you guys want a detailed version on how to use this, but you should be able to pick up kind of how to use it on here. So I've already gone to Gemini. We've got our prompt with our image. We need this into a UGC video now. So we're just going to put our prompt in here. So I'm just taking parts of that prompt and putting it in here. So I'm kind of keeping it simple. I'm just saying, take this video and just tell us how amazing the product is of Thor. I'm just going to see how this goes. It might not be perfect, but from what I've found, the less you give it more kind of creative ideas. So yep, we're just going to wait for this to render and then we can review it. Okay guys, rendering's done. Let's just preview this now. I mean, this is just amazing. This is exactly what we need. I mean, this is perfect. It's just made, you know, a product we didn't even have 5 minutes ago into something someone's holding. So I'm going to go ahead and download this. We're going to put this on our website. We're going to get this done for our UGC ads as well. So let's move on to the next part. Okay guys, so we're on the kind of website research phase real quickly of this video. So just a few websites I'm taking for inspiration, how I want our site to kind of look, kind of typeface, structure. I'm just coming over to Leaf here. So these guys are really good at, I think, in the web design kind of aspect of things. They've got a really nice layout. I like the site reviews. I like the way the product pages are set up. I also really like the typeface. So maybe this is something we could take into consideration when we're making our site. This is another website here, Lemmy Lives. So I believe this is by like a Kardashian. They've made this kind of health and wellness supplement website. But the way it's laid out and the way it's done all through Shopify is amazing. So everything about this website, from like here, current favorites, to, you know, the product page here. So I also love the way this is laid out. I like the fact the product stays sticky while the product kind of variant stays scrolling. I like the whole layout. I like the banner scrolling. I like the two parts at the top. So looking at our other competition, I think we can improve. So this website, in terms of content, it's great, but I don't think it's the best looking or layout. So this is going to give us the competitive edge we need. So as you can see here, it looks like they're not even running a full width website. So what we're going to do, we're going to run full width. We're going to take this typeface. We're going to create some good slides. We're going to make an even better product page. And it's just ways we can capitalize on making more sales and trying to be better than the competition. So always look for that opportunity to improve and make things better. So I'm just going to let this video run now, guys, for the web design part. I'll come back to you when we're ready to start the next phase, but I'll just let this run for a few minutes of me designing the whole website.